What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Hit the join button and become a member. Members get exclusive content. Welcome to Big Bubba Part 4. Well, this is an extension on Big Bubba Part 3. See, the friend of mine that I grew up with in Big Bubba Part 3, first let me say that he proclaims his innocence to this day for the case that he was in there on. I know a lot of people say that they're innocent on their cases, but he says that he's innocent. He got out after about 7 years for that great case that he was in there for when he was attacked. And, you know, when you're a gang member, growing up, you know where your opposition stay sometimes because your hood is right here and their hood is a block away, which is why gang banging is real stupid, because I live right here and you literally live a block away, and you say I'm from this street and I say I'm from this street and we fight each other. How senseless is that? Anyhow, so a lot of times, even my oppositions, they would know my mother, my sister, my brother, where we stayed at. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my homeboys, and we would know where they stayed because we grew up together. So, as I said, the people that did this to him, they were his ops. They were enemigos. He knew about a couple of them at least. When he got out, well, he went on a hunt. He went looking for at least one Big Bubba in particular that he really had it out for. Naturally, he wanted to get his hands on all of them, but he really had it out for one for some particular reason. And he went looking for this guy, and everybody knew what had happened to him. Everyone in there, or everyone on the street, you know, his homeboys, his family, all of us, everyone knew what had happened. And so when he's looking for this guy, everyone knows why he's looking for him. And after about 4 or 5 months, he found out where the guy stayed at. Someone tipped him off. And one night, according to the paperwork, at about 11 p.m., well, he went through a window into Big Bubba's house. However, Big Bubba stayed there with his family. He didn't stay there alone. This did not deter him. He knew that Big Bubba stayed there with his family, and he was on a mission regardless. So he got through the window. And when he got through the window, one of Big Bubba's sisters came running up, screaming. It was a house full of people. She was 14 years old, and she started trying to attack him. And he said he had no choice but to open fire. And he shot her twice in the leg. Big Bubba also came running in when he heard the commotion. And long story short, he unalived Big Bubba right there in his own home in front of his family. Not only that, he was arrested. He was fighting the case. And the courts were made known of what had transpired with him in prison with this particular character, this particular Big Bubba that was now deceased. And amazingly, maybe not amazingly, he beat the case. He was found guilty of assault with a deadly weapon for shooting the sister. But for the unaliving, because of some traumatic stress or, some victim something, I forgot the wording as to why he was able to beat the case. But he beat the case. And, or at least he beat the unaliving. And he did return to prison for the assault on Big Bubba's sister. And he did about 4 years for that. And he got out. And when he got out, even Big Bubba's comrades, his crew, they said essentially that they understood the motives behind his actions and that they would have had to have taken up arms as well had that depraved crime been transpired or transgressed against them. And so they chose not to even retaliate or attempt retaliation. And that was the end of that. Now, from my understanding, actually, when he got back to prison for the assault with a deadly weapon, he did run into one of the other Big Bubba's homeboys, one of his closest comrades. And he attacked him. He couldn't get his hands on Big Bubba, on another Big Bubba. And so he said that he was willing to get at Big Bubba any way that he could, even if that meant hollering at one of his closest comrades, going live on him, going up. And that's what he did, because he had revenge on his mind and he wanted to retaliate for them robbing him of his manhood. And he said that, yes, he was in there for that crime, but again, that he had not committed the crime that he was accused of. And again, he got out and there was no retaliation attempted on the part of Big Bubba, who was unalived, his homeboys. They just let it be. And he went on with his life. Well, I have a Big Bubba 5. And I'm going to get to it. This one is a bit different, as this one was consensual. This transpired in Corcoran in 1995 on Sea Yard in Building 3. Anyone who was in Building 3 or anyone who was on Sea Yard in Corcoran in 1995 can, shall, and must confirm this. This happened between a dude who was second in command in his car and a paisa. Yeah, you heard me right. A paisano. Yeah, they had an open relationship. It wasn't a Big Bubba situation again because it was consensual, but I'm going to convey the relationship anyway because a lot of things ended up happening over that relationship. The paisano, the paisa, had the feminine characteristics. Some hair slicked back, walking around switching and all of this nonsense. And the dude, yeah, I know who he is. Well, he began to engage in a relationship with this paisana out in the open in 3 block Sea Yard, Corcoran in 1995. There's proof. And I'll get to that soon. But next up, I'm going to take you back to the Los Angeles County Jail, where, well, unfortunately, there was a lot of bloodshed. Stay free, people!